And they had in their mindset, you know, Hawaii, the tropical paradise, and there I am standing in the desert, looking
with pictures of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, and that is amazing.
And then trying to explain to them what the Menahunis are now. That's
Yeah, the Menahunis, I believe they are a real race.
I believe it too. After seeing the stacks that they made,
Yes.
200-300 yards out on the lava beds,
Yes.
and no normal person is going to walk out there to stack those things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what a Menahuni is, right? It's a Hawaiian leprechaun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're kind of miniaturized, and so there are. You'd love it in terms of you like those rock walls.
Oh yeah.
So in the early days of the monarchy, what they had was this is punishment. This is after the missionaries had established their relationship with the monarchs. They basically said no extramarital intercourse.
Right.
So as punishment, the Hawaiians who had interrelations for fun were made to put together these walls. And so the walls are just rock walls that go along the different areas. So like along Waianae, you can see this little rock wall, and you just realize, wow, Hawaiians put those together as punishment. It's kind of like
Well, it's so beautiful. Why would it be punishment?
If you go on the internet, yeah, they do have websites where they explain the story of it.
Yeah.
And it was also to the point where the Menahunis would help out the poor farmers because they didn't have help in the fields. When the farmer was asleep, the Menahunis would come out and do his farm work. It would be like the old story of the old man and the shoemaker and the elves. It's something like that.
yeah, that's true. They worked at nighttime. It's like there's so many beautiful stories like that.
Yeah. In New England, there's these beautiful rock walls, and I didn't see them in Indiana.
Right.
I didn't know they existed. And just random, you drive down the road, there's woods, and then in the middle of the woods, there's just this big rock wall. It was the farmers clearing the fields because it's so rocky.
Right.
That in order to have a field with you can plant crops, they had to stack the rocks.
Had to move the rocks.
Yeah.
To get the,
So they
the
made
ground.
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Nature, just it's amazing.
And it's one of those things where I grew up, I studied the Native Americans, the Indians, and the different tribes, and you notice the facial features of a Sioux as compared to a Mohican, as compared to an Apache. Now the Sioux are indigenous to this area. The Mohicans, the Delawares, the Hurons, the Eries are all native Iroquois to New England, up where you all are. And the Comanche and the Apache and the Navajo were indigenous to Arizona and the desert area. So you have the three different types. And if you look at the pictures, you can see the difference. Some have the high forehead, some have the low, the high cheekbones.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then when I was stationed over there in Hawaii and met Loretta, and she would tell me some of these stories about Menahunis and Pele and all these. And I'm thinking, all right. So I started reading books on this stuff, the legends and the lore. And it got to, hey, this is interesting. I just kept reading and reading.
Wow.
And that's one of the reasons your mother would donate to all these services. Disabled American veterans and Red Cross and stuff like that. To the point where she gets 7 or 8 letters a day asking for donations. And I would tell her, no, you need to slack off.
Yeah.
Because if she had one at the casino, she would take a certain percentage that she would donate to these people. And she would sit there and, no, I got to do it. I got it. I said, why do you have to do it? And she goes, Pele may be one of them. Because the legend had it that Pele would come down at night or during the day, whenever it was, and take the form of a beggar. And anybody that would give alms to that beggar would get rewarded in the afterlife.
Oh, wow.
See, you didn't even know that, did you?
I didn't think it got it right here now.
That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That's a universal truth, in a way. You give, and it's more blessed to give than receive.
Oh, well,
You know?
Loretta was definitely a giver.
Yeah,
Yes, she was.
and she loves to give. She gives her services like she is amazing. I don't know how she does it. She just automatically just gives. Wherever she goes, she gives. She's just like,
But I think the clearest indication is on the YouTube channel. It's a lot of, since I've come here or returned from Switzerland, I haven't had as much time to interact with my viewers. But now, I'm going to try to put that in so that I can.
and keep things more positive and
Yes, that's really the intention. Wow. How are we doing on time?
That's what I've been checking. It's about 20 till about five more minutes, and then I'll load up.
Okay. You're okay to...
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
No, you're not. You're gonna go down and get your biscuits
I
and
might
gravy.
walk down and get some biscuits and gravy from a real. You got some company, I think, coming in.
Oh, I will go to the...
Okay.